Hello people, welcome back to yet another video. It's been a while. Let's talk about Arsenal and some other stuff. So, for the start, as I said, it's been a while. Didn't want to make any videos just for the sake of making any videos. I was waiting for something more interesting I could talk about, or some other gems by English pundits and journalists, which never disappoint. Like for example, with probably everybody who is following EPL already know the Rios quote on Mikel Arteta, which was actually funny to see Mikel's reaction when he was asked about it. So yeah, I think that's probably the best answer you can get, right? Just Mikel just laughed at it, but anyway. So as I said, I waited a bit. So just a couple of things, couple of thoughts to share. First of all, obviously the Sheffield United game. Not much to be said there. Absolute battering. I was watching the game. Quite, quite frankly, I was very relaxed. The game was finished before it even started. Like when it became 3-0, all I could care is probably about players not getting injured and keeping the clean sheet, which we actually did, which was fantastic. So yeah, a lot of goals scored. Unfortunately, Saka didn't get his goal, was pulled out. Hopefully, it was not an injury. Anyway, let's move on. So the first point I wanted to make is Havertz, right? Now Havertz overall, Havertz effect, Havertz performance, and yeah, if you watched any of my previous videos, you probably not probably you know that I was quite critical of him. I was quite tired, and my patience was basically over with him. And just after that, he kind of kicked off, which was good to see. And in these moments, especially right now, right, the guy has, I believe, 7 goals and 3 assists, right? And those 7 goals are scored in 7 different games, right? He doesn't have any braces or hat tricks or even more. So basically, 7 goals in 7 different games, which is quite good, honestly. Even when he doesn't score, like for example the game against Liverpool, he was very good. He was trying to affect the game, all, um, even being quite well dealt with by Liverpool defense, Liverpool midfield. But again, he found a way to be useful for the team, and that's very good. That's actually very good. And tonight he scored. Probably his biggest goal is the one against Brentford when he gave us basically the 3 points, which is again phenomenal. So, as I said, for someone who was criticizing him quite a lot, I'm quite happy to feel stupid right now, because the reason I'm feeling stupid, not because he's performing, but because you kinda at these moments you kinda sit here and ask yourself, why would I criticize someone like Arteta or Edu, whoever was responsible um, for that transfer, right? Those guys are professional football managers, professional directors, etc. And I'm just a fan, so it's actually good. It actually feels good, because you understand that we're not we're not being managed by stupid people like other clubs. Not going to mention any names, and it's actually good. It's actually good to see that Arteta is turning around Havertz's career. I hope it continues like that. Obviously, yes, there were games where he was completely shite, completely disappeared. But let's be real, we had a couple of our big boys as well when they had the games when they were non-existent. Saka, Martinelli, especially that first half of the season. So it feels good. It actually feels good. It actually feels good to see Havertz affecting games. Um, the one thing I would like probably to see a bit more is him being a bit more effective when it comes to crossovers, right? To score a bit more goals with headers, because that's what we are lacking yet, right? And I'm not talking about set pieces, which obviously we're very good at, but just in general attacks. When Saka or Martinelli are making any crosses, we need someone to take those crosses, and this is probably where I would like to see Havertz doing a bit more. But overall, I'm quite happy actually. I'm quite happy. The last couple of games, Havertz was very very good, so it's good to see. It's actually good to see. So that's enough on Havertz. So the next point, again, something that is being very well discussed, something that is being a lot discussed in the internet, especially by the journalists, is the Arsenal performance lately, right? All the goals we've been scoring, and as much as the team is getting praised, there's still, it feels like it's a criticism, right? It's not obviously, but it feels like it's because it's only Sheffield, it's only Burnley, it's only, well, apparently it's only Liverpool, it's only Newcastle. The funny thing is, like, yeah, Liverpool absolutely destroyed them, right? Injuries or not, yeah, they had a couple of injuries. Let's be real. It wasn't like the game when they played against Chelsea when they had half of their squad missing, right? We had our injuries, they had their injuries. We absolutely battered them. It's still Liverpool. It's still one of the best teams, if not the best team in the world right now, or at least in Europe. So it was a good game for us. We battered them. We made the game actually harder than it should have been. Newcastle, again, we played Newcastle with Isak, with Bruno Guimaraes. So again, pretty much full squad. Yeah, they still had a couple of injuries. Again, we also have a couple of injuries, right? So those games, like West Ham, okay, West Ham, we kind of played them when they were probably on their knees. They weren't very good at the moment. They're kind of in this hole. But again, we went there, we smashed them 6-0. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, yes, I do agree, right? I do agree that this is just Burnley, this is just Sheffield, right? Where to kind of get this easier run. Maybe because of the speed we kind of got it, we could run over Liverpool and Newcastle as well on the road, and we played at home both of their games, which helped. But my point here is the following, right? What would you would expect of Arsenal to win, especially the games against West Ham, Burnley, Sheffield, etc., right? Crystal Palace. You would expect to win those games, and if we would go and win like 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, something like that, people would say like, okay, they've done their thing, probably again it would be just Sheffield, etc., all those comments. But there wouldn't be that much noise around the team because it would be a normal score. But because the team is scoring so many goals, that those victories are resounding, I think that it gets on those people's nerves, right? They hate Arsenal, and that's why they keep commenting on that. My thoughts here are, first of all, that's a very professional job, right? So as I said, I do understand, I do agree that this is just Sheffield, right? It's not like those are the best teams. But on the other hand, the team was very professional, right? We took those games seriously. First of all, so many clean sheets, amazing, right? We're not allowing goals. And it's not even about the clean sheets. We're not basically conceding any chances. We're not allowing those teams any chances at all. And that's what actually makes me very happy. It was a very professional performance in all of those games. The other thing is, the guys look at those games and said, you know what, let's push as hard as we can. Let's score as many goals as we can and get this goal difference as high as possible. Right? So yeah, the chances that the title would be decided by goal difference is probably 0.01%. So, but still, I think that for building confidence, that's very well, and I think that's what Arteta is doing. So, personally, I would like to praise the team a lot. Right? It's just phenomenal watching all those games. No nerves, absolutely relaxed. Probably apart from the game with Liverpool, where we made the game difficult for ourselves, and because it's Liverpool, you know that goal right at the end of the first half, tying up, you kind of start asking yourself questions. Would it be like one of those games, right? Because let's be real, if we would play the way Liverpool played that game and Liverpool would play the way we played, they would smack us probably 5-6-0 that very same game. That's probably the difference right now. That's why we're the third favorites. And let's be real, we are, right? Right now, Liverpool, City, first, second favorite in whichever order you like. I think it's Liverpool, then it's City, because Liverpool has the advantage of the direct game. They have to play at Anfield, and City doesn't like to play at Anfield. So we're just happy to be there. Right now, we're like this. I'm going to use this phrase from another YouTuber, very famous Arsenal YouTuber. You know, we're the runner at lane 6. We're just happy to be there right now, and we're waiting for our chance. In case they drop points, we will be there to pick up, which is nothing more that we can ask right now from this team. And yeah, so the last point here is, that's why I got Mikel Arteta's pictures all over the screen, is the improvement of Mikel Arteta as a manager. This is probably, I think, that the one thing that you can see quite well this season. At least for me, it's probably the one thing that changed the most, even from the last season. And by change, I don't mean the way he starts the game, the way he prepares for the games, right? But the way he can affect the games during the game itself. Not just making substitution, like taking out one halfback, bringing another one, but changing the tactical view of the team during the game itself. Basically, if we have to hold off, we are holding off pretty well. If we have to defend, we are defending pretty well, right? If we have to smoke teams, we start hard. Most of those games that we won, halftime the game is already finished, or at least 60th minute, and from that point on, we don't have to play. We can relax, we can make a couple of substitutions. This is something that we haven't seen before from Mikel, and that's amazing. That's actually amazing. And again, you can compare the first half of the season and the second half of the season, right? The way it's completely different, right? First half of the season, I was complaining myself that I don't see this controlling the game thing, which I still think was lacking in first half of the season. We're basically scrapping through the games, and right now we're absolutely demolishing. Now this is what a control is, right? You get the lead, you start controlling the game. Even hard games like the game against Liverpool, again, wasn't a easy game. It was a very hard game for us, and yet we controlled it very well. So I think that this is probably one thing that we should be most happy about. So that's all from me. Sorry for the long video. Please let me know what you think about it. Like the video, share the video, leave comments. Do you agree with that? Do you think that the team is getting criticized for nothing? Do you agree with the criticism? And yeah, up to the next one.